Namaste, Taurus. This is going to be a monthly reading for you. I decided to do monthlies because I just keep having so many problems with my YouTube channel. Those of you who are on my Facebook, you may have seen that I uploaded a pic today, a screenshot of basically YouTube acknowledging that my channel screwed up. You know, I just have problems all the time. And with the number of clients that I very happily have, I can't also be fighting with YouTube all the time to try to get up readings. So the bi-weeklies, for that reason, weren't necessarily working out. I often wouldn't be able to finish the whole zodiac. So I decided to do monthlies and to get started on them a couple days at the end of the previous month to give me time to get them all up. So it's your turn, Taurus, and we'll begin with the Ten of Wands, which can be a card that's representing the fact that you are super busy yourself, so you know what I'm talking about, you know where I'm coming from, and you might be that person, like in your family or among your friends or both, who everybody comes to for help. Like, you just, every single person in your cipher, they lean on you, they rely on you, you're the one that's good at everything, and it's level-headed and practical and grounded, and you know, so you can give good advice and you can help them out, and you got security and stability, you keep a job and you can loan them a few dollars, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And it's just getting to you. It's just getting to you, that especially when you start to feel like, where do I go when I need a listening ear, or when I want to buy hold a few dollars, and there's nobody, you know. And so that's what the Ten of Wands can be about, just really having a lot going on. Sometimes it's just being really, really super, super busy, just having a lot on your plate, multiple responsibilities. But when you start to feel really Ten of Wands-ish, like I can't carry all this on my own anymore. I could really use some support or help. But the good thing about it is tens are about the end of a phase, so soon you should be able to put some of these wands down. Let's see what the next card is. Oh, look at that. The next card is the Six of Wands, also upright, so it looks like you get to put at least 4 down. And the Six of Wands is saying that maybe you're being recognized for all of the hard work that you do. Maybe it was for your job, right? Doing just a lot of hard work for your job, and they recognize you. Or maybe those family and friends that at times have taken you for granted, they're recognizing you and really appreciating you and saying thank you for, you know, the help that you gave me, for being there whenever I need somebody. You're getting that recognition. But this is also about raise, promotion, increase, awards, rewards. Very positive card, especially on the heels of this Ten of Wands. So it's like all the work that you were doing, all that busyness, all of that, you couldn't hang out and you couldn't have a good time. You were just always doing something. It pays off in the form of some sort of positive, again, reward for you. Whether it is financial, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's combinations of those, it's all the above. You know, you're getting your just due for having been the person to carry all the weight of the world on their shoulders for all this time. So the next card is in reverse, but it also signifies that maybe where you had just been feeling stuck and trapped and like, am I ever going to get out of this cycle? You figured your way out, and you do come out of it. All right, so now we're going to shuffle a bit. All right, so I started opening to like 2 places at once. So the first card is the Three of Pentacles, which is a worker energy as well. You probably were putting a lot of effort into work. And this card, and specifically with regard to work and finance, says as long as you keep doing that and you stay, not keep, you know, working yourself to death, but keep up the good work and stay on that path of putting your best foot forward always and doing your best work always, you are just going to continue to get more and more marketable and valued in the marketplace. You just are. Finances also should be good when this card shows up. It does indicate that any like money that appears to just show up isn't just coming out of nowhere. It's something that you've earned for something. So you put forth some sort of work for it. But it may be it may be in response to prayers, wishes, dreams, goals that you set for yourself. With the Star being the next card, which is about, most directly represents the sign of Aquarius. It is about prayers being answered, wishes being granted, and dreams coming true. And the sign of Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is located in your sign. So this could be your own energy, actually. Ten of Wands, opening to the Page of Wands in reverse. Some sort of delayed information or news. Maybe delays in travel plans as well. And the Devil. The Devil. You may have to be aware of somebody that doesn't necessarily have your best interests at heart. They might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And or this can be a restrictive energy that maybe is at the root of your delays, because this Ace of Pentacles also seems to be delayed. That brings us to a new overall energy for you. The Two of Pentacles upright, about needing balance in your life, a decision that you're having to make, usually about an earthly matter, having to do with work or relationships, household, home, your comfort, all of those things, work and play. All work and no play, of course, makes Jack a dull boy, Jill a dull girl. So the Two of Wands, Pentacles rather, shows up. This is your energy as an earth sign. And then the next card is upright. It is the Three of Wands, which means your ships are coming in. And this guy in this picture, he's literally waiting for his ships to come in. There's three of them out there on the horizon. And it means he's, again, put a lot of effort and work into what he's trying to manifest and what he's trying to achieve. And he's almost there, right? That first wand was about the thought and the words that he spoke over his life, the goals that he set for himself. And then the second, he maintained a focused intention on it. He had faith that something would come about. And the third is saying, okay, now I actually see it taking form. I can see the ships on the horizon. You know, when they're out in the water, but they're further away, you can't see them, even though they are in the water. You have to wait for them to become come closer, and that's when you can see, okay, something is on the horizon. So that requires faith to believe that it's really there when you can't see it yet. That's what the two is about. So those are the stages of manifestation. Of course, the final one will be him having successfully manifested those things and those ships coming in. So I'm going to get the stand so you can see the cards more clearly as I talk about them. Describe what they mean for you this month. They should be in frame with that, but let's see. The card most directly representing you this month is the King of Wands in reverse. King of Wands in the tarot most directly represents the sign of Sagittarius. I just said you may be having some sort of involvement with a fire sign, and I don't know, there could be something fishy going on there. But this is also the energy of Leo and Aries, of course, and I don't think I mentioned the full moon occurs in Aries on the first of the month, so something could be coming from that. Surrounding energy, close friends, family members, co-workers. Temperance in reverse also represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot, most directly. For me, it brings up the energies of Aquarius as well because of the water bearer that appears on the front. You have an angel pouring water between two vessels and standing in a pool of water. It's a water bearer. So I can't help but see Aquarius here. In either case, this card is very much like the Star in terms of the healing aspects of it. It's a very healing card about restoration, recovery, getting back what was lost or taken or lacking, feeling to made whole again. So we'll talk more about that in a second. For your work and finance, Major Arcana card Strength, which is also fire, represents the sign of Leo most directly. And Strength is an amazing energy in any and every aspect of your life in which it lands. So wherever we had pulled this card, if it was love, if it was general, it would have been great. But it's here, it's great here in work and finance. And lastly, love and relationships is that Ten of Wands. Very interesting. It's still upright. As it was when we started before I shuffled, and it's connected to your relationships. I'm saying because when I looked at the Ten of Wands at the beginning, I said, Taurus and earth signs in general, they're always trying to provide and to be secure, right? So I said this probably has something to do with a mate or some family member or something for whom they're trying to provide, and that looks like it could be the case. All right, let me make sure the cards are in frame. All right, looks like they are, so let's jump right in. The King of Wands in reverse, again, can be an actual person in your life, and maybe even specifically a male, an older light-haired male that is a Sagittarius, or perhaps a Leo, which whose energy also shows up here in a very direct way, in addition to Sagittarius's. But Aries is also possible, and it could be connected to the Aries full moon, which occurs in the first, as I mentioned. As well. In general, when this guy shows up, even though he's in reverse, it's like no need to worry. It's a good omen in pretty much every area of your life. It means that people around you are likely to be kind and understanding and maybe trying to be helpful. And maybe that's how you got in some aspects of your life from the 10 of Wands to the 6 of Wands and the positive recognition. You should have enough energy and wherewithal and everything to get whatever it is you need to get accomplished, done, and handled. And it may be that potential other person, and maybe potential older light-haired man who helps you to get those things done. Maybe that's who takes away some of the wands and makes your load a little lighter to be helpful. So in the surrounding energy, we have that Temperance card in reverse, and that too can be about relationships going well for the most part. I know that I mentioned that something could be funky, and maybe it has to do with a Sagittarius. That's because I saw the Page of Wands. Was it immediately before or after the Devil? But for the most part, that still could be the case. But for the most part, things should be going well with people and your relationships and your life, and maybe even what could have been happening, and maybe that's the funky thing that was going on. You could have been ignoring some like helpful what they call it when constructive criticism, and maybe you didn't like what you were hearing from a fire sign who was trying to help you out by giving you some advice. And that's what the funkiness was about. That's possible too, because this card can very much be about that, like ignoring constructive criticism that could really be helpful to us. And we need to look deeper at the personal issues that we have in our lives and see how they're standing in our way, and if they are, like how to work through them, and if there's anything that we're doing to cause them to stand in our way, and how to work through that, or what we need to change or improve or adjust about ourselves, however you want to, whatever word you want to use. The idea is to do what it takes in your life to find balance in yourself and your relationships, and with your goals, dreams, aspirations. And if you need help with any of those things, ask for it. Maybe asking for it of an older light-haired male. Maybe it's your father, maybe it's your boss, something like that. Moving on to strength. Work should be going well. As I mentioned, everything is, strength in any area is a great card. There's room, if you're employed already, there's room to, to move up, to be promoted. Maybe that's what the Six of Wands was about. Perhaps after you do a bunch of work, you impress the hell out of them. And again, it results, your work pays off. Don't hesitate to negotiate your worth. If you're put in that type of position, how much are you looking for, in this job? What kind of skills do you have? Be confident in those skills that you have. And don't be, you might be surprised about the positive reaction and reception that you get to asking for what you are reasonably due. Now, don't get crazy and make up something that doesn't fit, obviously, but don't undershoot either. Try to look it up if you're not sure about how much the position you're going for or that you're in pays, and when you get that opportunity to talk about it with a higher up, maybe this guy, then do so. And again, if it is him, this guy is here, he's out to help you, and to support you. So that's very positive for you. If you're looking for a job, same thing. Put your best foot forward. You may end up with options, from which to choose. Then you got to pick. You got to decide which job you're going to take, or maybe you're going to go into your own business for yourself, or both. You got options. You got options. So, lastly, moving on to the 10 of Wands in love and relationship. It typically means that the relationship is in a difficult place. That can be because you're dealing with a lot, or going through maybe a rough time, or your mate is, or perhaps you both are, and then so you're finding it hard to meet somewhere in the middle with each other. But if there's something in a relationship that needs to be looked at, like, don't be afraid to look at it and to talk about it. And maybe that's about what you were getting advice and you didn't like what you were hearing, but don't be afraid to sit down and review and self-assess, and to self-assess your relationship, if it's a relationship that you're interested in saving and improving. Because pretending that there's no problem or sweeping them under the rug, those that you do know exist, it is not going to help. It's just going to continue to get worse. If you're single and looking for love, this might not be your time. This month may not be your month, but it could be a good time instead for you to, again, get some rest in, maybe do some self-assessing and reflection in the meantime, because it seems like you've been busy, you've been carrying a lot, maybe you're recently out of a relationship, and just, shake all that off first before you jump back out there. Now, I want to supplement these cards with some from my fortune reading cards. I'm reading your fortunes for the month, right? This is like a predictive reading in the future. So I want to add to it with these fortune telling cards. And that's what I've been doing so far for the signs for which I've read. And for you, we're beginning with luck, which is a very green card. It reminds me of your energy of, as an earth sign. You're right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Yes, you are. You are, especially in work and finance. And opening to the moon. I kept saying I feel like the moon may have something to do with it, the Aries full moon. I still think it does, and maybe even more so now. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Like I was saying, keep your head up. I'm worth X amount of dollars, per year. That's what I'm looking for. Very confidently you say it. Marriage. Wow, okay. It was upside down. Maybe it's feeling sort of 10 of Wandsy. You're attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So even if you're single and you're looking for somebody and you don't find somebody this month, that doesn't mean that nothing's working in the background, happening in the background. You still are attracting, drawing somebody near. They're on the horizon, like the 3 wands, and we looked out into the sea and we saw stuff on the horizon. The boats are coming in. Chariot, charge ahead with confidence. Again, yes, stay strong and focus. Chariot may be connected to a water sign, perhaps too, maybe specifically Cancer, as it is in the tarot. It's also about modes of transportation, travel, movement, upward mobility, maybe in your job or your career. Chariot. And Phoenix. This is a nice one to end on because it's this fiery energy. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. And the only thing that I think could be a period of crisis is this love and relationship. So maybe there's a new mate or there's a renewed commitment in your current relationship, or a new phase that you enter that is stronger, better, more passionate, fiery. I'll do one more. Marriage again. Look at that. Nice. All right, let's cut. And that brings us to Mountain. Know that you're protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. All right, I think I knocked everything out of frame. I got so excited, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. Pull one card for each of these placements. So the first, most directly representing you for the month, is Chariot. Charge ahead with confidence. Stay strong and focused. Maybe some of you will move or get a new car. or something like that. If you don't move literally, maybe metaphorically, there's movement for you. Or you know what, not maybe, there will be metaphorically, there will be movement for you based on the other cards. Surrounding energy, close friends, family members, co-workers. Key: new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. This could be the past that you're carrying here too, in the form of these wands. And if you're ready to let go of it, there could be renewal in your romantic relationships, and with this key and with the chariot about moving, maybe even ability to cohabitate, move in together, or at least move forward or move into a commitment. Work and finance, Phoenix. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Again, maybe this is tied to the desire to be able to provide that an earth sign would have, that Taurus especially would have. I've talked about this before. A lot of Tauruses are like accountants and financial advisors and stuff. If you've been having difficulty, if you've been unable to provide, maybe you didn't have a job and that's why you're looking. Again, your work and finance sector looks very good. And so the crisis is over and it's a period of renewal, and now you'll be able to provide. Maybe that changes everything. All of a sudden their love relationship is good too because you're feeling secure again. That could be that. On the top of that, this fire energy goes with this fire energy here, right? The fire energy of Leo and strength. Your work and relationship work and finance placement is on fire, right? It's going. Lastly, love and relationship. Wow, this is the perfect card for love and relationship. You're the first sign to get it. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Taurus, have an awesome month. It looks like you're going to. Hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, all those things. If you're not yet a subscriber, consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. Namaste.